Welcome to the 30th edition of the Copernicus Hackathon. My name is Nathaniel and I have the pleasure to host you at Sofia Tech Park, the place which will virtually host the hackathon this year. Now we're very excited because if last year we had only Bulgarian participants, this year by making the hackathon online we've got participants from more than 9 countries, and the good news is that if you want to register you can still do it on our website. Now we are here people that love technologies, and technologies solve problems. Now with the COVID situations there are plenty of issues, so there are plenty of potential solutions that we could get. And I know that we're still at the beginning of the hackathon, but I still can't wait to reach the end and see all of the solutions that we will all come up with. Now, without wasting any more time, I'd like to welcome Mr. Kamen Iliev, who's the main organizer and the director of the Risk Space Technology Transfer Office from the Bulgarian Academy of Sciences. Kamen, welcome.
Okay. Hello to everybody. Sorry for this small delay in our first online TV studio presented Copernicus Hackathon Sofia 2020. So, dear participants, mentor and guests, I am pleased to welcome you on the opening of the second Copernicus Hackathon Sofia 2020, which is being held online because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Initially, the hackathon was scheduled to take place within the major event, space event in Bulgaria for this year, Sofia Space Week, which was planned to start just to date. But the COVID-19 state of emergency that has changed our economical and social life in the world gives us also new challenges. And so I feel proud that we have been able to organize so quickly and be able to open the first online Copernicus Hackathon, which is really first ever from series of the European hackathons today. I hope that you participants, the mentors, the also organized team from TTO will be able to successfully conduct this event. I hope that together we will not only be able to overcome the COVID-19 crisis, but also to create new friendship and relations that will help us to develop the professional network in the domain of Earth observation technologies and to develop, use and implement more efficiently the services of the Copernicus program. Thank you all of you for your enthusiasm to join online Copernicus Hackathon Sofia 2020, and I wish you successful work.
Thank you very much, Kamen. Now, I'd like to introduce Mr. Zhelya Senev, who's from the Ministry of Economy of Bulgaria. Unfortunately, we have technical issues, so he'll be able to only wave, but we'd like to let you know that plenty of institutions from all around Europe are participating as institutional partners, which means that the solutions that you give may actually be implemented in countries and centrally in the European Commission as well. So this is why I'd like to also introduce Mr. Thomas Jonsson, who's part of the Director General of Defense, Industry and Space. Mr. Jonsson, welcome.
The Copernicus program, and currently we have several very interesting challenges like air pollution, for example, but also the corona pandemic, where you can probably use various data sources to try to figure out ways to help a little bit in this difficult situation. And we'd like to remind everybody that now is the time to have the European Union as a source of support and a way of coming together between people and between member states, so that we can fight both the impact of the pandemic on our health, but also on our economies, and hopefully to recover pretty soon. And then Copernicus is a European program. It has been paid for by the European member states, and it's the largest program in the world actually to monitor our planet. And it has been decided to make the data free and open to all who want to use it. For this reason, the Commission organizes a set of different activities such as hackathons and accelerators and incubators to stimulate everybody to try it out and see if you can build interesting new applications based on Copernicus data and also on Galileo positioning systems. Now, if we just have a very short overview of what is Copernicus, well, you have the in situ data, the ground stations that monitor what is happening on planet Earth, and you have the satellites in space, and all this data is being processed and offered as the core Copernicus services for land, for sea, for the atmosphere, and for emergency situations and so on. And that's where you can retrieve the data and build various applications on top of that. Now, there are many different ways of using Copernicus satellite images for example, urban planning, for transport, for tourism, security and defense, insurance, disaster management, and many other ways. So we hope that you will use your imagination and come up with new, interesting ways of exploiting the data and building things that hopefully will lead you to, a very interesting application on which you can perhaps build a company. This is part of the Hackathon program, as I said. We have approximately 20 Copernicus hackathons per year. Now, right now, it's difficult to, of course, to organize events because we're not allowed to come together in groups. And therefore, it's super to see that you were able to pull this together in Bulgaria. We are very happy about that. And we hope that there will be a few others who are able to do online events during the spring as well. Now, if you've been able to form multidisciplinary teams and you have a good collaboration with various local partners who can help you, that's even better. And the first prize, if you win this competition, is to be offered a place in the Copernicus Accelerator, where you'll get 1 year of coaching with a personal mentor, and you will be invited to 2 boot camps. Those are very nice, high-profile events where you will meet lots of experts and the other teams who are participating. Now, hopefully, we can make these happen if we are not still in a lockdown situation. But yeah, we're doing our best. And there is another program I should mention, the Copernicus Incubation Program, which is a one-year program for 20 startups, and they also get vouchers of 50,000 euros plus coaching, business coaching in an incubator of your choice. So if you decide to start a company, this is one way of getting forward and getting some professional advice. Now, I'd just like to wish you good luck with your hacking, and hope to see some really interesting applications towards your final presentations. And if there are any questions, I'm happy to listen to you and perhaps try to answer them as well. So thank you very much.
For me to support the organization of this 2020 Sofia Copernicus Hackathon in my capacity of Secretary General of RST. Actually, we will support a couple more of hackathons later this year, and probably in a comparable format. So, for those who are not familiar, association based in Paris, and our mission is to bridge the gap between space and society. And the founders of RST, it was 3 years ago, were quite visionary at times, where the contribution of space to societal challenges could hardly be anticipated. And it proves to be today of a tremendous relevance. And this is also what this hackathon is about. And I would like to congratulate the organizers, not only for having proven to be so flexible in coming up with this new organization online, but also for having refocused the topic on the challenges posed by the coronavirus, which is a historical challenge posed to all societies around the world, and definitely Copernicus has a role to play in our response to this crisis. and I will just, I will not repeat what Thomas said regarding what Copernicus can do for the monitoring of our environments, of the borders, the traffic around the borders, for but also it will be very useful in monitoring the recovery of our industrial and economic activities. Actually, as Thomas said, Copernicus is a source of vast socio-economic benefits. It's often said that €1 invested in Copernicus creates 10 euros in the overall European economy. I will take this with a pinch of salt, but actually it's quite clear and quite obvious that the return is annually in billions of euros. One of the key factors to that is the free and open data policy, which enables and encourages the private actors and the startups to come up with initiatives to create innovative services and applications. But more than that, Copernicus is also instrumental in ensuring autonomous access to scientific and environmental data, supporting public policy decisions and decision-making processes. This is a tremendous tool to improve our understanding of the processes that shape our home planet. It also brings undisputable facts and transparency to the public debate. It is quite clear that global challenges require global solutions, and this is actually what space is good at, and to some extent, what a few things that only space can do. Coronavirus pandemic crisis is one of them, but next we also have climate change and the Green Deal that the Commission has taken up, which will hopefully address all the major key issues that we have to tackle, and where, without any doubt, Copernicus will play a major role. But it also has to do with the digital agenda. Copernicus contributes to modernizing the public sector and delivering more efficient public services. So I look forward to a successful, fruitful, and constructive hackathon despite the difficult circumstances. I would like to really congratulate and encourage all the teams to come up with fresh and innovative ideas, and I look forward to further discuss them with all of you. Thank you very much for that.
Now I want to give the floor to our host, Mr. Nathaniel Stefanov is not only our co-host today, but also he is the member of the management board of the Technopark Sofia, and I will give now him to present the Technopark and to present how we create this very efficient consortium.
Thank you, Kamen. As Kamen mentioned, it is my greatest honor to be here, not only on the personal side, but also on the institutional, because we see the huge potential that space has in the space of technology. So by the way, we opened our club in space technologies just about a month ago because we see the potential that this field has in Bulgaria. As you may know, Sofia Tech Park is the first SaaS technological park in Bulgaria, and as such, we want to support technological innovations. Now, by innovations, we mean the ones that are given birth from science, because we believe that innovation, the one that the world is still about to see, is in the labs where no one has seen it yet. So also because we mentioned about one of the awards that will be given, we decided to give another award with the Tech Park, which is we're launching an innovators program which has features of both acceleration, incubation, and tech transfer features for technological companies. So one of your teams will be able to be part of one of our batches. What is unique about the program is that each company and each project goes with its own pace according to their specific needs. So it's tech agnostic, and because, to be honest, so far we haven't had any space technologies, we will be more than happy to welcome. And I'm very happy also to share about our partnership with the RST-TTO, because we believe that we see big success whenever there's partnership and collaboration, not only between different organizations in one country, but across different countries and especially in Europe. And this is why, because this specific hackathon is such a huge success for us, just because it is already working. So apart from this, by the way, during the hackathon, I'll be also on the Slack channel, meaning that if you need some support throughout the hackathon, I won't be just your host, but I'll be happy to join you and to help you however I can, not only on a personal matter, but with the whole team of Sofia Tech Park. So after sharing this, I'd like to give the floor to Mr. Geoff Sayers, who's from the European Association of Remote Sensing Companies, and I hope that you hear us, Mr. Sayers, in...
Just a few words about ERSC. We're here to support the industry. So we have about 120 members today from right across Europe, 24 different countries across Europe. We are a trade association, so we represent the views of the companies to key European stakeholders like the European Commission, like ESA, like member states and other key players in the sector. But our main goal is really about market development and about trying to create new opportunities for members, opening up new market opportunities. So we organize partnering and networking opportunities to try to bring companies together, with customers, potential customers, to bring companies together with support activities, lawyers or financiers. So we have a very broad range of activities. And I would say partnering is one of those key elements, which is so important in being able to develop a new business, which I hope many of you on this call will go on to do. We also support internationally, so we have quite a strong program to offer business-to-business meetings in different countries around the world, working with different partners around the world. So those who are interested in developing a global business, we're able to help there. And we promote the capability of the industry, so whatever you're developing, we're here to help promote that, and the value of the technology that underpins what you're developing. So looking at the value of Earth observation to society and the economic benefits very broadly. We offer two specific online tools to help promote our members. One is called EO Pages and the other is called EO Mal. And if you have services that you're putting onto the market, then those are two tools which you can use to help with that. They're available to members, so they're essentially free once you're a member of the association. We're based in Brussels, but as I indicated earlier, we're looking to increase our presence and increase the industry in Eastern Europe. So we're very keen on that. I mentioned Copernicus. We're strongly supporting the Copernicus program. We've strongly supported the free and open data policy. We think it's the right policy to help new companies develop and also to help companies in the international market. We work with the Commission to help to try to create those opportunities. So I hope that as a result of your work over the next few days, you'll be able to join a rich ecosystem of companies. We have over 600 companies in Europe at the moment, turning over about 1.5 billion, 10,000 employees. It's a very rich ecosystem, as I've already said. We will help and encourage partnerships in that ecosystem. And I just left to wish you a very successful hackathon. And I really look forward to seeing the results of all these efforts in the next few days. Thank you very much, and thank you to the organisers for the opportunity to talk today.
Thank you, Mr. Sayers.
Thank you very much for all of you. Thank you for our guests, especially European Commission, Thomas, Jeff from ERSC, and all of us that you spent the time today. And I hope that we will see again the next year, maybe for the third Copernicus Hackathon. Thank you very much, and our host from the Techno Park. It was ridiculous to build this for 1.5 months. Practically we start with them, and I am very happy to see and optimistic for the space future in Bulgaria, because if we have such serious technology partner as Techno Park, I think that this will move forward the development of Bulgarian space industry.
I'm sure, but what is even more important are the number of participants joining, because unless there are participants, even if we're the best organization, it wouldn't mean anything. So after this, thank you very much for joining. If you still haven't registered, please do it now. And I guess now we can officially say that the online Copernicus Hackathon 2020 in Sofia is officially open. See you next week, and now see you again in Zoom.